as a child, I wanted to be a physicist or an astronaut, something in that ballpark, which includes looking at the stars, using the scientific equipments, making discoveries, finding out the unknown. But somewhere along the line, I guess that dream faded. And I'm just going to do a deep dive into how that dream faded. So, first things first, I've always been an academically gifted kid. I could score really well. I could, impress my teachers because when I went home from school, I used to watch these Ancient Aliens, History TV 18, National Geographic, animal documentaries, and I could really impress my biology teacher. Like, I could raise up my biology teacher by talking about Komodo dragons in grade 5. And that was really rare back then. Like, I was probably. Is this good? Is this lighting good? Fuck, I'm in the fucking void. Better. Sorry about this. This is what this channel is like. I just do whatever the fuck I want. There isn't really any structure to it. Anyways, so like I said, I went down this whole rabbit hole of documentaries and shows, anything and everything that made me know the unknown better, like helped me discover things I didn't know, things that left me shocked, like knowing near the poles. Like, for example, I live near the Tropic of Cancer, so everything is just, normal. Day, night, day, night. The weather isn't that extreme, like it doesn't snow over here. Well, the heat, the summer is kind of extreme, like it does touch around 50 degrees Celsius with, I fucking hate summers. Anyways, when I found out for the first time that near the poles there is a midnight sun and a polar night, I didn't know the names back then. I just found out that near the poles for 6 months it's just night. For 6 months it's just the sun, like just, I don't know, the sun never sets. And things like the northern lights, like I remember, like, as a kid when I first found out about the northern lights, I was fucking starstruck. Like, I'm pretty sure I cried or something as well, because just the idea of looking up in the sky and seeing all those stars in this green ribbon of light floating across the sky, it just like filled me up with so many hopes and aspirations of what my life could be when I grow up. Because, like I said, I actually live in India, so even like finding stars in the sky is a rare thing, because obviously there's so much pollution and sometimes it's really cloudy. So when you look up at the sky, you don't really see much. You just see maybe the North Star, the moon. That's about it. And I went down this rabbit hole even more. I made this my identity, that I want to be someone who is in this scientific area. Not just because I loved the science, I just loved knowing the unknown. I guess that is what science started as in its core. Like, obviously now things have gotten so complicated, and I'm not really, passionate about those things. But these simple things, like finding out these geographical phenomenons, understanding the reasoning behind them. I'm pretty sure my love language is actually mansplaining scientific phenomenons and geographical phenomenons. Like, randomly, I'll be talking to my girl and just start explaining what a polar night is and how it happens. Anyways, I remember my neighbor, one of my neighbors, like the neighbor's kids, he was probably like, what, 5 or 6 years elder than me. And he actually had the same interest. I remember going to his roof at night, and he had that like really expensive telescope, the one that is like this tall, the reflector telescope, and seeing Jupiter and stuff. And that pretty much became my evenings. I would come back from school, eat food, watch National Geographic, watch History TV 18, Ancient Aliens. There's a whole arc in my life where I was too afraid to go to the washroom because I was afraid aliens would kidnap me. But yeah, I would, in the evening, go onto the roof and just walk around on the roof, think about things, and wait for that elder, like my neighbor, my friend, to come up. And then I would just talk about alien conspiracies and astronomy and things like that. And he told me he wanted to be an astronomer as well. And then he quit it along the way because he said the actual study for it, the curriculum, the academic curriculum you had to go through for astronomy was really cruciating. Like there was a lot of studying involved, science, maths, all those things. And then he said it's not as fun as we imagine right now because obviously not everything is just about watching northern lights and stuff like that. There are also many boring nuances in the way that I'm sure you would know, like, find a new star, track this asteroid, do whatever the fuck. You get my point. And this was the origin of Thought X. What Thought X is the original thought, like the original sin that started everything. And after that, my interest in astronomy kind of started to fade because I no longer saw it as an career option. As an career option, what the fuck? As a career option. And just around that time, actually, computer science, like software engineering, was coming up in India because every career path in India is about what earns more. You become a doctor or you become an engineer. Every 5 years, a new form of engineering is the best one. Back then, it was computer engineering. Now, I'm pretty sure it's AI engineering. And it earned well. Like I heard from people around me that you will earn good money if you're a software engineer. And I guess I was always a trend follower as well, like trying to appease to people, appease to my parents that I would be in the best career possible. That was always me. So I guess slowly but surely my dreams of that faded. I was still watching these theoretical physics documentaries, learning about time dilation, quantum mechanics in 8th grade, and learning those cool formulas and not derivation, just formulas and experiments that actually prove it happens, and yapping about it to my class. Like, I'm pretty sure there were some lectures in school when the physics teacher didn't really feel like teaching. And so what he would do is he would just sit down on a bench, call me up and say, Rehan, just go on the board and start yapping about something. I'm pretty sure this one time I spent 40 minutes of the lecture explaining, I think, Drake's formula. Drake's formula is essentially the formula that explains the probability of finding intelligent alien life around us. And I wrote like the formula on the board, like a big blackboard. I wrote a huge formula, and then I started explaining what these individual constant and variables mean. And that was some good yapping for 40 minutes straight. I'm pretty sure I made a few things on the swing because I always knew half the game is confidence. So like just pretend like what the fuck are these kids gonna do? They don't know shit. Like if there's a term for F on the formula, I could just say that F stands for Fruit Loops, and they would know because I was the physics alpha in the class. Anyways, the point is that is no longer my dream, I guess. And I think it's for a good reason, because I'm pretty sure if it is something that I had to do in the academic curriculum, knowing myself, knowing my personality, I would start to hate it. Like, you ever have this feeling where you want to do something, but then somebody else tells you to do that thing, and then you're like, nah, fuck you, now I'm not doing it. Like, that's pretty much the case with me. If a teacher like sat on my head and told me like, you have to study astronomy, you have to study theoretical physics, I'm pretty sure I would come to just hate it. Absolutely. And so in a way, well, now I'm actually doing other things, like more creative fields in content creation space. Actually, I edit videos. I'm trying to start up my own agency, scale that, make some good money. And after that, when I have my ideal life set up, I can move to a place away from like my current city where the stars aren't even visible. Like you look up, you look up. What the fuck? You look up at the sky and all you see is a void, like a blank, foggy void. That's all you see. I will use that money to move away to some place where at the end of a hard day, I can look up at the sky and see my beloved stars. And if things go really well, I can look up at the sky and see a green ribbon of light floating. Fingers crossed. And once I reach that point, I can just go back into my interest of academia and physics, like read books on it, watch documentaries, whatever the fuck I want, because since it's no longer my career path, it's not a necessity, it's not a duty. It's simply my own passion and hobby. So that's pretty neat. What do you guys think? Like, what were your childhood dreams that got squashed or you let them fade at some point in life? Like, I'm pretty sure like this is the point where my childhood dreams faded. Let me know what you wanted to be as a kid. Why are you not that? Because let me tell you something. Life is pretty short. Like, you really want to get to 75, 8 years old, dying on a fucking hospital bed, pissing and shitting yourself in the bed, and then think, oh, I always wanted to be an astronaut. But I guess being a lawyer was just making money, so I just went with that. Spent all of my life being a lawyer, which I didn't really like. I mean, sure, it made good money, but I didn't really fucking like it. So if it was a fucking point, like, I'm here dying on a bed, shitting and pissing myself, knowing there might not be a tomorrow. And all I can think is, what if I was an astronaut? What if I had seen the Earth from the orbit? What if I had lived on the International Space Station? What if I was the first person to step on Mars? Things like that. You don't want to be caught in that position. I'm pretty sure 99.999% of all humans on Earth end up in that situation and ultimately die in that situation now. I don't know if there is reincarnation or resurrection or a judgment day, whatever. But that is something that I don't want to be in. That is the position I don't want to be in. Being 8 years old, shitting myself, thinking, man, I could maybe write the next theory of everything. Because obviously, Stephen Hawking is just caught for diddling on the Epstein Island. I'm pretty sure I could be the next big name in the space. And obviously not go on the Epstein Island still. That's something I don't want for my viewers. Please, like, just tough it out. Find some courage in yourself. And just go for it. Like, what you wanted to do as a kid, at least give it a try. There's a high chance you won't like it because obviously it's just a dream. You might be in that place for 5 months or 6 months. You might think for all of your life that I want to live in Bali, I want to live in Maldives, and you might go there, you live there, and after 5 or 6 months of living there, you realize, damn, maybe I like the mountains better. Maybe the beach is fun for like a couple of weeks. After that, it's just a hassle. I don't want so much sand just flying around. Get in a position where you have enough capital, enough time, enough freedom to actually explore your dreams, to live a full life, to not leave any stone unturned. Like, there shouldn't be regrets, all right? Let me know in the comments. Like I said, I'm a 20-year-old, I never said this actually. I'm a 20-year-old guy on self-improvement, trying to build financial and location and time freedom. And I'm just trying to find people like me through YouTube who are interested in similar things. Sometimes I give opinions on controversial things. Sometimes I just yap about this. Sometimes you will find a full guide. Like, I haven't really found my voice on YouTube yet. And I think that's a good thing. Like, not everyone should have everything figured out. Not everyone should have a funnel leading into a product where you have to pay $49 or something. I think this is good. This is just a casual channel where I just yap. If you're someone who is on the same frequency as me, we can yap together in the comments. Let's go. That's loaded. See ya.